here on that one. Bob Williams got that one absolutely right. Just look at Sam Eggington.
Yeah, showcase fight
to get back to his corner. Sam is as brave as they come, and I said it earlier. He may need help from a referee or his corner here, because there's no quit.
I think the corner was getting ready to step in there. Like you say, Liam was just too good, and that's what I expected, really. And listen, good performance.
You got to see his face.
Good performance, great respect
Sam
between
Eggington.
the lad. It's like Sam is a hard night's work for anyone at domestic level, but Liam is just, I think they just felt there was always a few levels between them.
We're going to talk about the 154-pound division.
It was. I mean,
look how much weight Paul gained. God damn.
Yeah, I mean, for all that Eggington was there to be hit, it takes something to get rid of Sam Eggington, and I don't think there's anybody thinking that's a premature stoppage.
No, it come at the right time. It come at the right time, and I know his eye might have played a part in it, but it was only going to end up more brutal, wasn't it? It was. He couldn't miss Sam at times.
Well, I remember saying it earlier in that round. I remember thinking, I've seen enough of this now, and I thought to myself, am I being premature? But I had.
No. And even when the referee steps in, you'll see now, Sam was firing back.
Yeah.
And he would have been all night long. He would have been all night long, but we don't want to just see him.
I wonder what's going to be next for Liam Smith. Will he, is Kell Brook still in the cards? Because Kell Brook, I talked to Eddie Hearn a couple of weeks ago when he was at the Philly, here in Philly. And it seems as though Kell Brook is going to be closely eyeing, Crawford versus Khan. And that no matter what happens to Khan, win or lose, most likely lose, that the Brook fight is still going to be there. But then you're hearing that, Liam Smith, now that he's won, can fight Kell Brook in a final eliminator to be the mandatory for Jarrett Swift-Hurd, in hopes to win the purse bid to bring Jarrett Swift-Hurd over to the Zone or Sky Sports, or have him, have to drop his belt. Anyway, I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. We're going to listen to the post-fight interview. Also, you have Sergio Garcia, who is also ranked very high by the WBC, who could be fighting Liam Smith to be the WBC mandatory. So Liam Smith is a very, very good spot. Remember, he got the big money grab against Canelo.
Contest, the official time of the stoppage, 2 minutes even of round number 5. Your winner by RSC and the new WBC Super Welterweight champion from Liverpool.
So yeah, he's got that silver.
Beefy Smith.
Smith unmarked, barely raising a sweat. The three brothers enjoyed that ringside. Father Paul was there as well. He's never far away either, the patriarch of the family, and it's the WBC silver belt for Liam Smith. Next up, surely an eliminator.
Yeah.
But as you said, Anthony, he needed not just to get the win, but he needed to look good getting that win, and he did.
He did, and he looked very good. He looked very good. It was
yeah, he did.
It was hard to watch at times, sometimes, especially if you know Sam. And again, Sam didn't do much wrong. I just believe that there's levels between them both, and it's shown then. You forget with Liam, his two losses to Mungai and Canelo are two big names in the sport. And the Mungai fight was very competitive.
Yeah, this is his second fight with Matchroom. Remember, his first fight with Matchroom was against Jaime Munguia, which was a very good fight, but Jaime Munguia was just too active and too big for him, even though he didn't get the stoppage over Liam Smith, who was stopped by Canelo. But Liam Smith fights are never bad, never boring. Well, the Liam Williams second fight was a little, but whatever.
I think my shot-wise was good, accuracy-wise, something I've always had, but sloppy in parts, not moving my feet back out. Probably just giving kind of Sam no respect for his power.
I think he looked good.
I'll probably put it down to that.
No disrespect to Sam all tonight, but was it about levels and were you a level above?
Yeah, I kind of said exactly how the fight would go. I did him too often, too cleanly, and he was a tough man. He tried, he'd have stayed there till tonight if he could, you know what I mean? And it was kind of down to John or the ref to save him, and he's a tough kid, and he was known for that before me. He'll be known for that after me.
You spoke about this as a second pro debut almost. What was it like to be back in front of a home crowd, not been here for 3 years?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Obviously, the turnout for the whole card was unbelievable. I'm sure it was even better than Eddie expected when he first announced the card. There was there's big names on the card, but there was no absolute marquee name. And for us to do this many tickets, I'm sure they'll all be buzzing, and I'm sure they can bring big nights back here. But I was excited
I like the card.
so much to have this fight, but it was the worst camp I ever had. Honestly, it was. I was just niggles, injuries, left, right, and centre. I couldn't throw a right hook. My shoulder, it was just, it was a nightmare. So I'm glad I got it out the way, and I obviously got a win, because going in there injured with a kid like Sam, he can get you down the street.
You're 30, which is by no means old, but you are, yeah, thank you. But you are 11 years a pro, and you have scaled your Everest, you have become world champion. Do you still have dreams and desires to become a 2-time world champion?
Yeah, definitely. I feel I've always kind of moaned. I've had too long out the rings. Like, sometimes injuries, sometimes waiting for fights, and it's a big part of me signing with Matchroom, Eddie and Sky. I feel he's got enough dates to keep me busy, and if I'm kept busy, someone beats me, then I've got no excuse whatsoever. And this was the first fight of, a couple what we've done. And hopefully, I don't think the cuts are that bad, and hopefully I can be back out in quite quick succession. And like I say, give me 2 fights, and then give me anyone at the end of the year, and I'll take it.
Let's have a quick word with Joe Gallagher first, then we'll come to Eddie Hearn. Joe, who's on your target list for Liam?
Well, after that performance now, winning WBC silver, we're seeing Garcia over here beating Ted Cheeseman.
Sergio Garcia?
Yeah, he beat the European champion. I think he's ranked 2 in the WBC. So I think if that was made for the European belt and a WBC world title final eliminator, that's the type of fight. The UK fans know Garcia after beating Cheeseman, but that win then as a final eliminator would give Liam a mandatory shot at the world title. I think that's the fight I'd like as a coach. But like I say, it's out of Liam's team and also the boss beside him, Eddie Hearn.
Very quick word on Anthony Crolla before we go out to LA. We're billing it as almost mission impossible, but I'm sure there is a lot of confidence running through the camp, especially after tonight's results.
Yeah, listen, everyone forgets Anthony Crolla is a world champion, was a world champion, been in with the ring, 24 rounds of Jorge Linares. Lemachenko's been beat, he's been knocked down. And as you seen last weekend, Sam Maxwell was 10 seconds from
good luck
beat.
with that
Andrew
shit.
Selby
and
Crolla.
Crolla.
Things happen in boxing, and Anthony Crolla's going over there to give it the best chance he can. If he does it, we remain to be seen, but it won't be for the lack of trying.
Okay, we'll see you out there. We'll see you out there as well, Liam. Eddie, quick word on the future. Joe mentioned Sergio Garcia, who we know very well. You've obviously got Tony Harrison rematching Jamel Charlo. There's no date for that, but would you be interested in any of those?
Yeah, for sure. Firstly, I want to say well done to Sam Eggington and John Pegg. They've been unbelievable servants to British boxing. What you saw tonight was the difference between a very good domestic fighter and a world-class fighter in Liam Smith. I love the Sergio Garcia fight. You've got Kell Brook out there as well. I think that's a big domestic fight for Liam Smith. Jesse Vargas as well, one of our stateside fighters, has moved to 154 pounds. That's a big fight for the summer as well. Just want to keep him active. That will take him to the top 5 in the WBC in the world. And I think Liam Smith, 2 defeats to 2 excellent world-class fighters in Canelo and Munguia. And I think with a bit of momentum and a bit of confidence, he can go and win a world title. And I'd love to see him get a shot at Charlo for the WBC. But first, there is another fight before he gets there. And the likes of Brook and Sergio Garcia and Jesse Vargas are 3 wonderful fights.
Brilliant. Thanks, Eddie. Thanks, Joe. And well done, Liam.
Well, lots of options there for Liam
So I
Smith.
guess...
Which one of those would you take, Anthony?
So I guess that Eddie Hearn is predicting Jamel Charlo to beat Tony Harrison in the rematch. That's supposed to happen this June. Let's talk about the 154-pound division. You got Tony Harrison taking on Jamel Charlo sometime in June or July. His brother Jamal Charlo, WBC interim champion at 160, is also fighting in that same time frame. They're fighting on 2 different cards. You have Jared Swift Hurd in June. No, wait, is that May 11th or is it June? I believe it's May. Taking on, I forgot the exact date, taking on Julian J. Rock Williams for his WBA Super and IBF title. Then you have Carlos Castano, who had that great fight with Erislandy Lara. Yes, Erislandy Lara has great fights. Now that his career has slowed down. And then you have Jaime Munguia, who's taking on Dennis Hogan. I also forgot the date on that. But we had that media call just a couple of days ago. And that's the 154-pound division. Then you have Kell Brook. Oh, this was crazy right here. This was a crazy card. He bit him. He bit that man. He bit him. I covered that video, though. You got to go back and look. Cannibal Cash. Cannibalistic Ali. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying. You have Sergio Garcia, who's right here, as you can see, who's ranked number 2 by the WBC. And Liam Smith looks like, as he said, is going to be going that route to fight Sergio Garcia to be the mandatory for the winner of Jermell Charlo and Tony Harrison. That mandatory for the WBC is going to be due. But also, you know, he can go the route of I'm pretty sure that going into next month or the next month's rankings that the WBA is going to rank him too. You know, and then you have that WBO. We don't know what Jaime Munguia is going to do after Dennis Hogan, because it's looking like, judging by the media call, that he may be, you know, wanting to move up. That's what it's looking like to me. You know, you got Jeff Horn dangling around at 154 and 160. Rumors that he might fight Rob Brandt, or at least ESPN was talking about him doing Rob Brandt last fight, that Jeff Horn could possibly move up all that weight. And then, look, you got Austin Trout right there. Remember, Liam Smith or Austin Trout should have happened a long time ago for the WBO mandatory spot, but then the WBO did some more shady shit. But once again, Austin Trout is an Al Heyman fighter, so, you know, with politics and boxing, you know, it's a lot of fights we may want to see, you know, and that may be logical to happen, but politics is always getting in the way with networks and all kind of shit like that. So overall, good card. And Fowler was upset loss. Then you had David Price get bit by Cannibal Ali. You had Natasha Jonas come back. Robbie Davies won. Solid card. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. We cover every single major fight live with FightView360.com. Soon, you're going to have advertisements all over the place about my new merch store that people have been saying, TstreeT, you got to open up a merch store. Shout out to my partner Mikey over in the UK who put all of it together. But the link is right down below in the description box. FightView360 merch. Please subscribe.